Hello, Faith Leader, and welcome to Breaktime. Today, Psalm 18:43 says, "You have delivered me from the attacks of the people. You have made me the head of nations. People I did not know now serve me." It sounds, it's amazing because that sounds like one of those passages of scripture that shows us the view of who Jesus is. Jesus was the head of all nations, and people serve him continuously. I mean, it's this bowing and humble reverence of who the Lord is. But I understand that Jesus is our deliverer. He's the one that can deliver us from our circumstances, the attacks of the enemy, our situations, our own self sometimes. But the trouble comes when we try to look at ourselves as being the head of the nation, where we are the ones, that are above all. And it is not like we wake up and decide, you know what, I'm really something today. But it's subtle. It's subtle in the way that you live and the way I live. If I live as a person that's trusting in my own self, I say to myself, I can do this. But if I'm living as a person who's trusting in what Christ can do, I live with the premise I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And so one of the places that I think that we struggle with bringing in the strength of the Lord is in our workplace. We see ourselves, okay, this is the work I have to do. Well, what about if we did the work as if we were doing it unto the Lord and allow him to be in the midst of whatever situation at work that we're in, allowing his strength to be the things that are living in and through us to the place that no matter what comes across our path, he's the one that's the head. He's the one that we're serving. He's the one that I'm entitled now to bow, the entitlement to bow before him as the head. Not my boss, not the one who signs my paychecks, but as to the Lord. I'm doing everything now as if I'm doing it unto him. And no matter what attack comes in there, God is going to be the one that's going to protect us because he's our refuge. But he's also going to be our deliverer, the one that says, I can do this for you. And so we need our terminology inside of our mind and in the terminology of what we're saying. Not that you can do it, but now he can give you and me the strength to do it. Yes, he asks us to do our task, but he gives us the power to do it, the courage to do always what is right, and will give him glory. Now, for some of us, our workplace might have to, do a little bit of shifting because we may have done things that aren't quite giving God glory, so we have to, think about that. Just think about it. Is he the head of your work? Is he the head of your household? It's something to think, because when we derive our strength from him being our head, there's nothing we can't do. You, my friends, have a blessed day, submitting and humbling yourself under his mighty hand, under his mighty power.